Hi everyone, welcome to my next video on the interview tips. This is the second video of the series of two videos. So in the first video, I was talking about two stages. If you can recall, there can be two stages where you are stuck. The first one is you are not receiving the interview call, and the second one is you are receiving sufficient opportunities but cannot get through. So out of these two, the first one I have covered from my previous video. If there are anyone who is interested, please subscribe and go to my previous video and get those tips. And if you are a person who's stuck in the second stage, today I'm going to talk about that what type of things that you can do to get through that interview. Let's go ahead and see. Okay, so if you're a person who is getting enough number of calls for the interviews, but it's a bit difficult to get through, you need to observe and understand what goes wrong, right? So think about few aspects that you can think of. The first thing I'm going to mention, know everything what you have included in your CV. So you are providing many information in your CV. So you should be able to explain any of this if in case the interviewer asks. There cannot be anything that you cannot explain because it will create some untrust on the interviewer that you have put some false information into your CV. So please make sure you know everything, you know how to explain everything which you have entered into the CV. And the next one, rethink about tell me about yourself. So when the interviewer asks about tell me about yourself, don't just tell about yourself like your family background and your name kind of things. Other than that, you can provide that as well. Other than that, please focus more on expressing what type of a person you are, what type of ways that you used to deal with people, what type of achievements you have achieved during your lifetime, and what are the strengths of you, and if there are any failures you had, if there are any weaknesses you had, how you were able to overcome those. Likewise, think about some broader angle other than just providing a myself update, I would say. Okay. Yeah, next one, do not show any negative attitude at any single point. So when you are having that discussion with the interviewer, do not let them think, okay, this person is not having the right attitude that we are looking for. Don't ever do that. It will, however you face good, how good you face for the interview, it will create some negative impact in you. Next one, when you are unclear on the question, politely request to repeat. Yeah, there are many questions interviewers are asking from you. There can be some questions which are not which are not clear for you. So what you should do is, without start answering to that question, politely request, I am not clear about this question. Could you please elaborate a little bit more? Then interviewer will be more happy to explain that to you. Then it will be easy for you to give the right answer. And the next one, spend few seconds to think and arrange the answer other than quickly start answering without knowing what to say. This is something we all do. Whenever a question is asked by the interviewer, we get panic and we started answering. But if you start answering without knowing what to say, you will be stuck at one point, or you will have to go here and there without giving the proper answer. So what you need to do is take few seconds and think what you need to say and organize the answer quickly and provide that. Next one, convince well on the experience you have. So you might be having many experiences during past career you have mentioned in your CV, but you should be clever to express them and convince the interviewers that you have done these things. Otherwise, how much of things you have done is not worth if you couldn't express them and if you couldn't convince the interviewers. Next one, try for providing few new ideas. So when you are having that discussion with the interviewer, it should be pertaining to a particular area of the business, particular function of a business. So try to give some new ideas for that particular area. Then interviewer will get an idea. Ah, okay, this person is having some different ideas. He should do some change in our organization. So it will help you to get more chances of getting that opportunity, right? And the next one, show that you are ready not only for today but for the future too. So the role has been advertised for a position right now, but there can be there should be the future of that particular role in 2 to 3 years. How this role will be evolved. Likewise, you try to convince them that you are ready not only for the current job but for the future of that particular job role. You are having that awareness. Okay, this job will be in this way, will be converted to this level by next 2 to 3 years. So make sure you convince them that you are aware of the future of also on this job. The next one, when you get the opportunity to ask questions, ask customized questions based on the flow. You might be pre-planning some questions to ask from interviewer. What I'm saying is, if there are any important ones you can ask, but try to ask customized questions based on the flow. There is a flow that you and the interviewers are discussing, so there can be things which you didn't expect, but you are answering well. So try to ask some questions from those areas as well. Don't just ask everything that you are planning to ask, then they will see some disconnect between the questions you are asking and the discussion you all had. So keep that in mind. And the next one, be honest at all the instances. Never lie during an interview. The interviewer is the most experienced person that you meet. So he or she should have the understanding whether you are lying or not. So being honest is one of the critical thing that you need to follow. And the final one, never give up. Even though you are not getting through interviews, if you are facing thousands, hundreds of interviews, but never give up. Your chance will be there. Please follow all these steps which I have mentioned here. These are the real life examples of the professionals, so this can't be gone wrong. Please follow all these and you will be succeed in your next interview for sure. I can guarantee. Okay, then please subscribe to my channel. I'm going to provide many career tips plus interview tips as well. So you should be able to gather many information through this. So please subscribe. Thank you. Goodbye.